Hello. I need to do the RentJuice discussion by myself because my teammates are not able to be here until much later. Yeah, they said they couldn't make it. They said, go ahead and make a video by yourself. And I think one of them might be doing a video themselves as well, but they're not getting back till late. So I want to make sure that this video is long enough. Anyways, I guess I'll have a prayer. Father in heaven, very grateful, Father, for all of our many blessings. Very grateful, Father, to have this case and to have this course and to be at BYU Idaho to learn important things in business and in life. We love them. We see these things from Jesus Christ. As far as a spiritual thought, I don't have much of a spiritual. Well, I mean, I've been reading the Book of Mormon, my Book of Mormon class, and I've been going through Mormon towards the end of the Book of Mormon, and it's been interesting to focus on the importance of the Book of Mormon. And I think the chapters in the end, the books in the end, like Mormon and Fourth Nephi, really illustrate the importance and witness of the Book of Mormon, which I am very grateful for. All right. So first question. All right. So vote individually. Should David Vivero raise money now? Yes or no? Oh, no. I do not think that David should. I do not think that David should raise money now, or at least that was based on the calculations that I had. And I see that they are giving us specific values to input for the customer lifetime value. So that may change. But my initial thought, and my thought may change, is that he doesn't really need to worry about money. He's confident in the fact that for 8 months, he will still have he'll have enough money to continue on. He has enough cash to do so. So if no, why not? Well, there's several things why not. One, like David said, getting into this Series A investment of $5 million is going to take a lot of effort. And currently there's a competitor competing for kind of like the landlord market in a sense. And David has in the past ignored that kind of market segment within in RentJuice. And I think he at least definitely believes it was a detriment. Well, some people don't think that it was a detriment because they're able to focus on the company and get a good product out, and they really focused on cost structure, which so far has been really helpful for them. Anyways, I think there's a lot to capitalize on focusing on the landlords. I think it's going to generate a lot more revenue because it's going to be much more attractive for brokers to have landlords that have free access to this software where they can basically post leads and I mean, I think it would generate just a lot more interest for the brokers if landlords were involved. And I think that's going to skyrocket their revenue, which is going to help with profit right now. Right now, it seems like I mean, while revenue is improving, and they're trying to keep costs down, they're still under profit. So I think monthly their burn cash rate, I think is about 54,000, and monthly their revenue is 40,000. So they're about 14,000 short each month, which isn't good. So they need this, and I think it'll help a lot. I think they can get this done within 8 months, and I think it will improve again their revenue rates, and I think it's important that they focus on this aspect of the company, because you never know. Well, I mean, the company in general is attractive right now, and if it continues to focus on improving, generating revenue, introducing this new application for landlords, it's going to be attractive still in 8 months' time, where they can do a $5 million series round in the near future. I don't think they're going to have a problem with, this isn't their last chance for getting the Series A. So again, yeah, I definitely think that they should focus on something else, not raising the money. Read page 7. I tried to raise funds conversation funnel. Okay. 10, 7. So Vivero organized RentJuice sales into a funnel, allowing them to focus on specific conversation improvements. Oh, wait. Okay. I tried to raise funds from Sand Hill Road venture capitalists in October and November. They liked our team and our idea, but they told me to come back when I had proved the model in more than one city, demonstrated lifetime customer value in excess of average customer acquisition cost. Oh, in excess of average customer acquisition cost. Okay, and had reliable data on sales cycle conversation funnel. So far, it seems like they're doing those things. We immediately reacted to these requests by selling broadly and measuring obsessively. In January 2010, we hired a smart, aggressive woman who had been a rental agent to make 80 phone calls a day, trying to sell a product to any broker who could identify any broker we could identify in a few major cities. I wanted to know our average call time per prospect and our baseline conversation rate. If we didn't do any marketing training or lead qualification, you have to start somewhere. Vivero organized RentJuice's sales process into a funnel with 5 distinct stages, allowing them to focus on specific conversation improvements. By April 2010, the funnel appeared as follows. So of 100 qualified leads contacted via email or phone, someone at 45 of the brokerage firms took a call, resulting in 21 decision makers agreeing to speak with us, of whom 9 agreed to view a web demo and 2 subscribers to RentJuice. So out of 100 leads, they may actually only get 2 subscribers, which doesn't seem that great, but at least they know where they are. Not sure how this is going to lead to our decision, but they did improve later on. So maybe they really are losing more money than they think. We'll see. Why do investors care about customer lifetime value, customer acquisition cost, and sales conversation data? Yeah, see, the thing is there seems to be something about those 3 things. I know in the video this week, he said that you want to focus on those 3 things, but I'm not really catching on. I've never really come across these type of things before. So I'm having a hard time understanding exactly what I'm supposed to be getting out of it. These conversations are basically the rate that you're able to gain subscribers from contacts, from leads, right? And so that's important because you kind of know the rate of, leads being actual clients. And then customer acquisition cost is always important because costs are always important. So knowing how much money it takes to acquire any one client is really important because, and I suppose the cost is through this funnel, right? Because if you're going from 100 to two subscribers, it's because you're spending a lot of money to get those 2 subscribers. So we know that these 2 subscribers cost a certain amount. So customer lifetime value. So now that we understand, one, how many clients we're actually getting out of leads and how much it costs to make those leads into clients, a customer lifetime value shows us how much value there is with each client. So as long as the customer lifetime value is greater than the customer acquisition cost, then we should be okay. Okay. So what is CLV of a RentJuice customer? You'll be asked to report your decision. Use the following assumptions. Okay. So I have, I can do a screen share. I think that might be good to prove that I actually did an Excel portion. That you're watching this. Okay. All right. So the annual churn is 35%. Monthly revenue per customer. Okay, per customer is $440. All right. And then the customer acquisition cost is that. All right, I have this monthly here. So we'll do 440 and 330 is 75%. That the churn rate, we'll turn this into a percentage, is 38. And the customer acquisition cost is 2, 3, 6. All right, so let me double check here. Revenue is 440. Gross margin is 75%. Let me just check something real quick. Crap. I don't know if it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm confused. Because now I don't understand. I'm supposed to be multiplying the percentage or the well, either way, if this is how you're supposed to calculate it, then this is good. And if this is how you're supposed to calculate it, then this is bad. And I wish I knew which one was which. Let Well, it's interesting. Let me double check the formula here. So it says revenue times gross margin. Expressed as a percentage. Okay. Well, okay, so what is CLV of RentJuice's customer? It's either 382,105 or it's 868. And I'm more inclined to believe the 868. If it is the 868, that's not very good. Seems like they're losing out to more. Seems like they're losing out to more money. But does that really mean that you still need to? Basically means that they're losing money to every customer that they get. That's crazy. It means that it takes a lot of money to gain a client. It makes sense because our expenses so far are still $14,000 more than our monthly revenue. So yeah, I think that's. But then again, if they still have 8 months worth, I think that they could do best to, one, improve the funnel system, try to make that less expensive, cut down on customer acquisition costs, and implement the landlord side of the software. I think that's going to help with customer acquisition costs. So how well is the sale funnel at RentJuice working? What can you think to improve it? How can you reduce your CAC? Just looking at it right now, I mean, it's hard to improve something that you're working already really hard on. We're only getting two. I mean, I would change the rate of, leads to subscribers. 2 subscribers out of 100 leads. That seems pretty crazy. You're getting about half of the leads to actually take a call, so people to answer. And then you get half of them to actually agree to speak. And then 9 to view a web demo. It'd be a lot better if you could keep those 21 people who agreed to speak. But then again, not everyone's going to want it. So at least those 9. So somewhere in there, maybe an improvement to the software or the web demo needs to be better. Maybe you need to cut down on compensation. How should Vivero respond to the new competition? List all options you can think of. You could file a lawsuit. That'd be pretty good. No, I mean, RentJuice is already seems more well established than this new company coming out. So I would respond by just developing the software further to implement landlords in the system. List pros and cons of each option. Cons of developing this option. As a group, you must decide on a course of action. Well, since it's just me, I'm going to decide. I know it seems like my mind seems like it's kind of changing, because I know now that RentJuice is losing money fast. But I think that's largely part because of the customer acquisition cost. And I think they can improve that by improving the customer acquisition cost and by implementing this new application for the landlords. I think it's going to generate more leads. Well, it's going to generate more interest for brokers who will tell their friends. And you'll get more subscribers. It's kind of like build on itself. All right. Well, I'm going to start my summary because since I don't have anyone to talk to, it's kind of hard to make this thing go on for an hour. Yeah, so summary. So I went through this, and my initial idea was to not take the money right now, wait, implement this new application to introduce landlords in the system. My reasoning was because, again, well, at least the paper said that they had 8 months of cash that they can use. 8 months comes faster than you think, but again, I think this is a real this is an opportunity that needs to be addressed now, because they weren't able to address implementing landlords before. David is kind of sore about that. But then again, it wasn't because he was like sitting on his bum. You know, they were doing good things. They were trying to develop low-cost structure, really trying to improve the sales force, which was all good things. And I think there's a lot to this this landlord application that is going to be extremely beneficial. I think by introducing these landlords, it's going to create much more interest for brokers. and it's going to build the subscriber rate faster than the funnel that was discussed later. So the CLVs, and if you're listening, I want to show you my confusion on the customer lifetime value because I didn't know whether to take 75. I didn't know whether the formula was 75% of the revenue in dollar format, or if you were supposed to multiply the revenue by the percentage. So either one. So I got kind of two different answers here. I got one customer lifetime value at $382,000 and one at $868. This one is obviously better, but I tend to think that this is probably the correct answer because this seems kind of too big. And if this is the case, then that's not great. But I wish I had some people discussing with me because I'd like to figure that out. Okay. So, I don't know. So that kind of made me think, oh, wait, it really looks like, RentJuice is losing money fast. One, they're making $40,000 in revenue every month apparently, but their cash burn rate, they're burning cash. They're burning $54,000 in cash. So they're losing like $14,000 a month, or at least that's what I remember from the thing. And then if the $868 customer lifetime value is correct, then they're just losing money on every single customer that they acquire, client that they acquire. And again, that funnel rate isn't very good either. It's 100 leads, makes up 2 clients. That's insane. And so I was wondering, maybe they should just do the 5 million and kind of implement the thing later. But I don't think so. I think it's going to be more beneficial for RentJuice to implement this now, because I think, again, having these landlords in the system, I think that's going to generate more clients than the funnel can. So that's going to cut down on customer acquisition cost. So they can try to fix the customer acquisition cost, but I think this system is going to help them a lot. And if they're really worried about the competition, maybe they can buy them out. Who knows? Yeah, if they can buy them out, maybe they can just take the 5 million and buy them out. But either way, I think it'd be better if they implemented that. They would do better for revenue. And again, it's a really good company, and they're doing everything that Series A investors want to see. And so it's not like they're not going to get another offer later on. So yeah, that's my idea. All right, thank you.